Pull up a seat, let's take a ride. Yellow couch where dreams collide. Stories of queens who rise so high. Through the storms we've had to weather, we're building bridges here together. Yellow couch vibes feel the spark, lighting up our stories from the dark. Tell the truth, it's our time to shine. On this couch we're divine. Yellow couch vibes feel the spark, lighting up our stories from the dark. Tell the truth, it's our time to shine. On this couch we're divine.
Welcome back to this week's episode of the Yellow Couch Collective. And this week you are in for a treat. We are going to be talking with the amazing, the none other than Carmen Felder. Carmen is a Loudoun County native, media personality, U.S. Air Force veteran, and the powerhouse founder behind Authentic Connections, a PR and brand management firm, and the 89 Ways to Give, which has raised more than $500,000 to support over 5,000 families. Her work bridges business, philanthropy, and advocacy, from creating the local Black Business Directory to leading initiatives that spotlight Black excellence across the DMV. As publisher of Nova Lifestyle magazine and visionary behind Socialites of Loudoun, Carmen continues to elevate voices and empower entrepreneurs through innovative connection and community leadership. So welcome, Miss Carmen Felder.
Hello.
Yes,
Trick or treat. I'm the treat.
See, I like you already. We're gonna have a good
Halloween.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time this episode. And speaking of, where were you for Halloween?
I'm not a Halloween person.
Okay.
But I will say that I went to a private Halloween dinner.
Okay.
Which was based on vampires. So I was a vampire. Everybody at the table were vampires.
Okay.
Which
So
was creative.
more vampire in Brooklyn or more what is it? What's the vampire movie with Brad
Twilight.
Pitt?
No. Oh, I was thinking
Well, I forgot
Twilight.
about Twilight, but the one with
I know
with
what
Brad
you're talking
Pitt.
about.
I cannot
forgot.
interview with the vampire.
Yes.
So was it more that, or was it more Twilight, or was it more Vampire in Brooklyn?
That's a hard one because it wasn't Vampire in Brooklyn. That was a little too hood.
Yeah.
I was in West Virginia.
Oh, okay. So
It was like the bougie,
sophisticated
sophisticated vampire. Yes.
Okay. So more
Yes.
interview with the vampire.
Yes. Like
Okay.
our blood turns into diamonds, vampire.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So y'all were interview with the vampire. So let's go ahead and jump right into it then. So you have served your country, your community, and your people. How did your time in the U.S. Air Force shape your leadership style and sense of purpose?
Well, being an only child,
Oh, me too.
yes, raised by a single mother,
Okay.
I was in sports, so I knew what teamwork was.
Right.
But then if I was playing track or running track,
Yeah.
it was only me. You know,
Right.
if I was basketball, volleyball, yeah, I needed my team. In the Air Force, it is all team.
Right.
Not growing up around different people from different regions, I had to learn New Yorkers are like this. Jersey's like this,
Yeah.
Philly, Alabama. I had to learn. I thought it was just one way of how
Right.
people acted, and learning that everyone isn't honest, but then some people are very sweet and authentic. I had to learn personalities. I had
Yeah.
to work with people younger and older, and that's how I can manage so well
Right.
and know that I cannot do everything just by myself.
Right.
You need a good team.
Exactly. Always. That is key. A good team is key. So you often talk about being deeply rooted in Loudoun County. How has your hometown shaped your drive to serve and empower others?
Well, I learned how to talk to anybody. Loudoun County, we had 4% African Americans.
Okay, so you did learn to talk to everybody. Yeah.
Really, I learned how
Yeah.
to talk to everybody so much that when I would go to different places in the South and so forth, they would be like, did you go to private school?
Right.
Like, because they thought that I was talking proper,
Right.
but I was talking,
Talking normal. Right.
So I knew how to be comfortable in any room because I already had my roots in the
Right.
African American, families
Exactly.
and stuff. But I had to learn how to be around Europeans, and
Yeah.
I had to learn how to talk to them and be confident that you're my equal.
Exactly. Always.
Which made it really easier to negotiate
Mm-hmm.
and never allow someone to put me in a position where I don't feel like I'm getting paid my worth. And so I recently, in the last 2 years, created the first Black History mural on the side of a museum in Loudoun County. And it took me a year to fight people who thought,
Right.
what are we doing with all this blackness on this building?
Yeah.
But I'm proud to say that it was accomplished.
Right.
And that is a legacy where people can walk by and see that Loudoun
Right.
County, one of the richest, well, no, Loudoun County is the wealthiest county in the United States based on Forbes.
Okay.
The median income is like maybe 145
Okay.
per household, but technically most people make over 100,000 per individual in the household.
Yeah. Okay.
So to show that we are not here, we're not the wealthiest county just overnight.
Right.
There are people who were working hard to make sure
Yeah,
we
to
got
get there.
Yes.
Yeah. So you mentioned the mural and how you spearheaded Loudoun County's first Black History mural, creating both art and advocacy. What exactly does that mean to you to literally paint your legacy into your community story? I mean, to paint that into a 4% Black community that's also the wealthiest community according to Forbes in the United States.
You know what? That is a part of, the dash. They say,
Okay.
why are you here on earth? Your dash. That is what you did
Ooh.
when you were born to your death. That's
Okay.
going to be there forever.
Right.
Right?
So you immortalize yourself and your history and your legacy.
Yes, and I'm glad because my family and my son can look at that. And,
Yeah.
And they take field trips out to the museum.
Okay.
And what was really amazing was the museum didn't have any Black history inside it. So I forced something that they didn't
Right.
want to
Yes.
do. And then I was in boardrooms that there was no one that looked like me.
Right.
And I had to stand up for
Yourself.
what I believed
yeah.
in.
And your beliefs.
And what was even great was at times they were like, well, if we pay for it, can we add a Quaker? And I was like, so it was funded by all Black funding. It was painted by a Black artist from
Right.
Washington, D.C. 89 Ways to Give is founded by an African American person,
Right.
and the president is African American. So all through it was
Right.
African American. So there was no choice. There was
Right.
there was
Yeah,
no
it was-
negotiation.
Exactly. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. I love that. And I love that you accomplished that. Congratulations on that. That's a
Yes.
huge feat. So going back to transitioning from military service to media and business is a powerful evolution. What experiences guided that transportation and helped you find your calling, your purpose, what you did to fill in that dash?
Well, I'm gonna be honest. My mom wanted to be an actress, and my mom wanted to do a lot of things. But she was born in 1954, and even if she had the
okay.
skill set or
Yeah.
experience, they just weren't allowing her to do that.
Right.
So I always told my mom I wanted to be a businesswoman and a model, and I did both. However, I did great with. I was a super connector. I connected the right people together.
Right.
I had events that brought amazing companies together, and people started seeking me out. Now, mind you, I have a master's degree in government acquisitions.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with marketing and PR.
Right.
But that's one thing I got from my daddy, I call him a pimp, and I guess I knew how to pimp the businesses.
Exactly. And hey, because one thing I guess we must get that from our dads, because I always say that Willie Leon Montgomery is a businessman without the MBA.
Yes.
He gonna find a way to make that money.
Exactly.
Yeah, he gonna find a way to make that money. And I like that you said we pimp these businesses. I like that.
You got to.
I'm gonna have to steal. I'm gonna steal that one. So through Authentic Connections and Nova Lifestyle Magazine, which you created Nova Lifestyle Magazine, correct?
I'm the
Okay.
publisher.
Yes. So you know what? I'm gonna stop. So let's walk through that. How did you even say I want to publish a magazine, and what was that process like? Because I don't think it's too many Black women that do that.
You're right. And I'm gonna say that my path and who I've become has not been my choice, it's been God.
Okay.
So I never, like I said, I want to be an actress. I want to do this. I said I
Right.
want to be a businesswoman. But sometimes God will laugh at you and be like, I'm glad you finally picked up what I'm
Yeah.
putting down. Carmen, I'm in control of
Yeah.
your life, and this is the path I want you to go in. So I had helped a publisher create a story for my client, Santana Moss.
Okay.
And I did such a great job, and they had heard the buzz that Carmen knows people and she can
Right.
help,
Carmen is a
that-
super connector.
that they put me on a call and they were like, would you be interested in being a publisher? And I'm like, okay, let me think about it.
Right.
And of course, my support system, my mom and my son was like, yeah, go for
Yeah.
it. And I'm gonna tell you, I didn't jump into a lot of business, but I know one thing I'm not is a failure.
Right.
So I was like, let's go. So they sent me to publishing school
Oh,
in
okay.
Kansas City. Never been to Kansas, not excited to go to Kansas, but
And
the
I didn't
people
even
were
know
nice.
publishing school was a thing.
Yes. And they're like, okay, this is your magazine now. This is your
Oh.
passion. And I'm like, okay, ooh, who do I want to call first?
Yeah.
Who do I want to, highlight first? Every month is different. I'm
Yeah.
always under pressure 45 days in for the next issue.
Right.
I'm already working on January now.
Exactly.
But I realized that was my next chapter. I just didn't know it.
Right.
And so
But God
I'm in
knew
it.
it.
I'm in
Yeah.
it now. Now I
That-
can highlight so many amazing people. And I'm like, and you're right. I did realize sometimes you got to sit back. I'm like, I don't know any other publishers.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sitting up here thinking, I don't know another Black woman publisher. I mean, so that's amazing and a trailblazer right there. But you built those platforms to both tell stories and build businesses because we pimp these businesses. So how do you see storytelling and branding as tools of economic development?
Honestly, I feel like if you really have a passion,
Well,
like how you're talking to me right now, when I've done interviews or when I've talked to people that's not really their passion. Sometimes we look at other people, see what they're doing, and it's like, I can do that. I want to do that. But is that your passion?
Right.
Because you can smoothly talk
Yeah.
about your passion.
exactly.
When it's not your passion, you like, no,
Yeah.
you remember what happened, how you got to this place.
Exactly, always.
Everybody got a story for every.
Exactly.
Girl, I ran into the store. Next thing I know,
Yeah,
there's
this
always
happened.
if a person can't tell their story, there's a problem with the story.
Ooh, so that goes back to being authentic. And authenticity.
So I feel like, for example, my client Santana Moss, he says, Carmen, I've worked in this area. I'm the Redskins cowboy killer from the U. And he's like, he's from University of Miami. And he was like, now that I'm retired, I want to get back to the community.
Right.
Well, our souls aligned. because
Right.
I like getting back to the community.
Right.
So it wasn't hard work.
Exactly.
He's like, oh, I want to do this. I get on it. I want to do this. I get on it.
Right.
So when people's brand does matter, a fake brand will not get you. It'll only be there for a minute. It has to be authentic.
Yeah.
It means that you're going to spend extra time when most people are like, I'm ready to go home. No.
Yeah.
You got to be there until the job is done.
Exactly.
We've had camps where I've been there, me and Santana have been there at 9 o'clock and don't leave till 4 all day, sweating.
Yeah.
With the kids, running with the kids.
Right,
And
running those
the only
routes.
reason we can do that is because we actually like it.
Right.
So like when someone says, I want to do this and this is my brand, I'm like, is it really your brand?
Right.
And if it is your brand, I'm gonna give you the tools to
Right.
be successful because you don't know all the other things.
Exactly.
You just know this is what I want to do.
This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. So you've created the Loco Black Business Directory and the Black Businesses of DMV. How do directories like these change the local economy and visibility for Black-owned businesses? And I love that, by the way.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a little short story before I say that.
Okay.
Me and my son, when the George Floyd situation happened, a lot of people were marching.
Right.
And that's not really my thing.
Right.
And me and my son sat down, maybe he was 14, and I said, Malachi, let's try to figure out a way we can get back to the Black community
Okay.
other than,
Than marching, yeah.
right? Like, is that really serving a point?
Yeah.
Right. And we sat down and we created both of those.
Okay.
That was a way that African Americans can talk to each other, display whatever they're working on, get
Right.
advice from each other. Like,
love
hey, I
that.
started
Like a
this business.
mastermind.
Yeah, I started
Yeah.
this business. Does anybody know where's the best shipping, the best way to
Right.
ship it? Or,
Exactly.
or do you know a good printing company so I can get
Right.
my cards printed? So it was a way that at first we were there on the train. We're like, okay, gather and everything. And then there was a point where they talked to each other.
Right.
And we just created the platform.
I love that. So what's next for that? Are we thinking app or what are we thinking on that?
The one problem that I have, or issue that I sometimes have, is having someone a part of my team that has the passion and
Right.
vision that I have.
Okay.
So when you talk about apt, I have so many different businesses. I really got to have someone who's,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm handing over every business I have is my baby.
Right.
I don't hand my baby to anybody.
Yeah.
You got to sanitize.
Yeah, you gotta do all what your big mama said you gotta do when they came.
Right?
And you're gonna wait a minute before you come up in here and
Right.
see my
I'm going to have
baby.
cameras in there.
Yeah.
I'm going to be in the other room looking
Yeah,
like
and
this.
It's chilling in the cut. looking at you.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, I mean, I'm very careful. And once again, I think about how does
Right.
God want me to go in
To
this,
go, yeah.
right? I just need to make sure I have those people that
Right.
not only are passionate about it, have the experience
Right.
and education.
Yeah.
And also are resourceful whenever they don't know what the answer is to the problem, they know who
Right.
to call.
Exactly.
So the question is, where do I go from there? I'm like, okay, God, one time you're going to tell me where I'm going to run into that person
Yeah.
and they're going to just
Ooh.
take it over.
Yeah. Because God does put opportunities right in your face.
Yes.
Yeah, always. So, okay. NAMBPWC's mission is to promote and protect the interests of African American business and professional women, which you've already started to do. How does your work as a super connector and advocate reflect that same spirit of protection and promotion?
Well, protection, I have no problem knowing when someone isn't ready to go to the next level.
Ooh. So you have discernment.
Yes.
Yes.
And I also have no problem or issue if I see someone trying to infiltrate a great business and maybe they're not the best for the business.
Okay.
I would never want someone to be a saboteur. That's what my mom says.
Right.
I don't know if that's even a word.
I think
could
it
say
is.
sabotage.
Yeah.
She's like, saboteur. I'm like, okay, for wee.
Yeah.
So I have, I don't even know if it's French. But I have discernment to know when a business is ready, and I do business analysis or brand analysis.
Right.
And people will say, okay, this is what I want to do. And I'm like, well, why would people want to listen to
Right.
you or use your product or whatever? And I'm tough on them.
Right. As you should be.
And because they're an extension of me.
Right.
Right? So once
Always,
I pull
yeah.
you in, now I got to
Now
believe
you
in
got
your
to vouch
product.
for
or
yeah.
something. So that's one way I'm going to protect them by, if they're not ready to go to the next
Right.
level, I'm not going to take them there.
Ooh.
The other way is I'm not going to allow, just because things can happen quickly.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, you have 200,000 followers. Now everybody's, hey girl,
Yeah.
hey big head, hey friend.
I mean, when you this
Right,
out,
now
yeah.
at first they didn't even know who you was. Now
Yeah.
they're like, hey girl.
Yeah, what can you do for
I'm
me?
not gonna allow you to associate or I'm gonna ask you to investigate, why does this person believe in you now, but they didn't believe you
Ooh.
right? So
That's
that's
powerful.
Yes,
Yeah,
so
that's- yeah.
I'm a very loyal friend and business partner.
Yeah, that's huge, and you're holding them accountable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, what barriers still exist, in your opinion, for Black women entrepreneurs, and what role does collaboration and visibility play in overcoming them?
One barrier I will say is especially when women on women, and I'm glad you have this platform, it's sometimes we are gatekeepers.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about it.
And it's sometimes just because I don't want you to have what I have, and then there's sometimes that I see something in you and you
Right.
might do better than me.
Yeah.
And I can't have that introduction because
Yeah.
you got a little spice or a little
Yeah.
extra and now I'm just not going to share that.
Yeah.
So that's one fault that we have. Also is extending out of the Black community
Yes.
and
Yes.
and faulting the Black community for not buying your product or service.
Right.
No, you should want everybody to buy
Yeah.
your product or service. So we need to be at all kinds of Asian,
Yeah.
Indian, South African. We need to be at every
Yeah.
table.
Exactly. At
And
every table, every meeting, every race, every culture, every whatever.
and sometimes we don't do that.
Right.
So I also have brought up to places, if it's not an all African American event, I'm like, why is there no others?
Right.
And most people don't even think about it. They're like, what do you mean? I'm like, there's nobody outside. Is this an all Black event?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's simply that that's their circle.
Right.
And so we have to get out of that.
And this goes back to what you said at the beginning, where being in Loudoun County, you had to learn to talk to this person, that person, to talk to different people, and that's what makes you, know what a good team is. I think that is key in what you just said, because you can't make it to $1 million just.
Say it one more time.
Yeah, you can't make it to $1 million just
Because
just
I don't think Coca-Cola, I don't
Yeah.
think Bank of America, none of the
Yeah.
businesses that we aspire to be
Right.
are.
They are not just in the Black neighborhood. They're not just in the white neighborhood. They're not just in the rich neighborhood. And you know what? One time I went on a trip to New York City and I saw something that messed me up. I had to go find the Capital One in Chinatown. And it was on a Saturday. Now, I'm in Dallas, Texas, and I'm used to the banks closing at 1, 2 o'clock on a Saturday. This bank in Chinatown closed at 9, 10 o'clock at night, and they were open on Sunday. And so I just asked because I'm nosy, and he was like, well, we have to adapt to our community. So this community,
Wow.
they have a lot of cash businesses and they are open late. So we need to stay here to make sure that we can serve them and that they like being a part of the Capital One family. And I'm like, you know what? You said something there. I have never thought of this huge business adapted this one branch to that community. And think about how that made that community feel.
Well, and that means that that every big corporation can technically change for their
Exactly.
community.
Exactly. So if you tell me that you can't, then I know that you're lying. Because clearly
But have
they
you
did.
have you? My question to you: you talk to so many different people, wonderful business people. Why do you think African Americans feel they have to stay within their community? And do they really think, because I feel like it's delusion, that you are going to get to this place with just, even our rappers and our singers and our
Right.
artists, they have people of all different colors and races and genders. And
I think sometimes it can be just, I don't want to say like devotion, but it's like an allegiance or a fear of feeling like I'm selling out, right? If I get to this level, or if I buy this yacht, or if I buy this private plane, or if I get to the next level, or my clothing line is sold in this, somebody's gonna say, "Oh, you think you're too big for your britches now? You think you selling out?" So I think it may be that, and it may be that allegiance that if I do get to that level, will I forget my people, or will I forget where I came from? So I think it could be a fear of that. I think it could be a lot of things. And I think that is something that we should explore. Like, why do we feel like we only need to be in the Black community, right? Why do we, and don't get me wrong, I'm for all things and all people Black.
yeah,
Power to
definitely.
the people. But I also realized that, like my dad told me, that's why I love baseball. He's like, you need to be able to walk into a room and talk to anybody in there, whether they are Black, white, purple, green, orange, whatever. You need to be able to talk to them because that's how you're going to get ahead and that's how you can help the ones behind you to get ahead. So that's how I've always just lived my life.
Well, and being different, girl, you love baseball. I didn't know nothing. And my first client was Max Scherzer.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, I'm going to practice. I'm like, okay. I had no idea. I was not intrigued, but
Yeah.
I had to learn.
Exactly.
I had to learn, and I think that's where the traveling.
Right. Get out of your comfort zone.
Yes. Remember when black people didn't want to eat sushi because they thought it was raw? Everything was raw.
And you know what? And that was such a huge
Now people are
mistake.
like, girl, we going to the sushi joint.
Yeah. But again, we got out of our comfort zone.
Yes.
And maybe that is what we need to do. We need to start pushing our community out of its comfort zone. That it's okay to eat sushi. But now, I think we're getting out of our our comfort zone with travel, right? Because at first everyone was Miami and Vegasing me to death. Now you have people going to Zanzibar. They taking girls trips to the Amalfi Coast. And so I think we do eventually get out of our comfort zone. We just need to get out of it in that business sense to say it's okay to sell to Caucasians or Asians or whomever.
And I think
And
they
we
need
still
to
can
have.
keep that
I
blackness.
think they need to have accountability that they have been doing that.
Right.
People don't want to admit that. What are you talking about? How many others do you have? Crickets.
Right.
Take accountability. Sometimes you have to refresh, restart.
Right.
Take accountability and be like, okay, I never thought about it like that.
Right.
Because it might be simply that you just didn't
Right.
think about it like that.
And you never know, going outside your community could be like that could be your best move, right? You could wind up with your biggest client that tips your business over where it needs to go, takes you to the next level. Or that potential other could help you scale your business to the point that you never thought it could be. I think, let's think bigger, dream bigger.
Probably need to do a panel on it.
Yeah, I think so. I think I'm gonna have to do that. So the 89 Ways to Give Foundation has impacted thousands of families, 5,000 families. What inspired you to build a nonprofit alongside your other business ventures? And how do you balance that? You're a mom,
Yes.
you're a veteran,
Yes.
nonprofit. You're a manager. You manage Santana Malls. You do a lot. How do you balance that? And how do you keep work life? How do you do that?
I believe in work-life balance, girl.
Okay, yes.
Sometimes I might be in the house for 2 or 3 days, and I'm okay with it.
Right.
First of all, I have to give it to God, having a great support system.
Right.
Also, if I don't work out, I worked out before I came here. Okay? I don't play. I might get 30 minutes in, but I'm gonna get that 30 minutes.
But you still gonna get that workout in.
But
yeah.
if my workout is cut up, because you have to remember, I was an athlete in high school,
Right.
military.
Yeah.
That's just part of my life.
Right.
And when I'm there, it's white noise. I don't think about anything. I'm just thinking
okay.
about.
So you can reset.
Yes.
Yeah.
So working out, having good people around me.
Okay.
I'm the cutoff queen. Okay.
Okay. Hey.
I will
yeah.
cut a person off. They'll be like, I don't even know what I did. I know what you did. Bye.
Right.
And it's
But sometimes you need that.
accountability, you
Yeah.
know. And it doesn't mean I hate the person. I never use the word hate, but it means that maybe you're just not fit in my life right now.
Right now, yeah.
And I need some quiet time or whatever. Having time, I love new stuff. I love challenges. That's why I
Right.
have so many business, girl.
Right.
I love new challenges. So I can be in the bed watching Netflix and get 10 sponsors at the same time. And,
yeah.
And I'm also authentic with my relationships.
Right.
I just don't take. I try to
Right.
give. So whenever I ask them, and it's really not just for me, it's for people in the community.
Right.
Like we've already raised 200 turkeys for our turkey give back.
Oh yeah.
And we give back to, so I have pillars, like 4 pillars in a year that I work on for 89 Ways to Give. That's our toy give it back, Santana Claus. Now I'm very smart when it comes to branding.
Okay. Yeah.
It's Tansgiving, not Thanksgiving. Tansgiving off
Ooh.
of Santana's name.
Right.
And then it's Santana Claus, not Santa,
Santa Claus. Yeah.
So it's branding him
Oh yeah. That's huge. Yeah.
in the community.
Yeah.
He believes in me. He's like, okay, Carmen, this is what I want to do. I make it happen. And then we are also serving hundreds and thousands of people.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a win-win. You get to see kids come up and get toys and be excited, and we get to give out turkeys to people.
Yeah.
And it's a moment that we're all gathering, celebrating while we're giving out. You know,
Right.
we have music in the background and we're
Yeah.
dancing and giving. So we make it fun. So that actually is like, it makes my heart smile.
Right, as it should.
And so it's easy for me to make time for it.
Okay, so you've proven that giving back is an act of leadership. How do philanthropy and social responsibility strengthen economic growth in our communities?
Gosh, that's a full question. I think that if there's too much of a difference from the top to the bottom, it creates chaos.
Right.
So the rich have to give back. People who their cup runneth over have to give back.
Yeah.
To bring people who are at a lower level
Right.
higher. So that's where people, you know, when they say people are going to go crazy in Walmart,
Right.
and you know, that's because they're feeling like they don't have
Right,
anything,
they don't
and
have
we
it,
have
yeah.
these people who don't care,
Right.
right? So you have to have that influence to say, sometimes businesses and individuals want to give back, they just don't know how.
Right.
They don't want to do their own bake sales.
Right.
But if I say, hey, we're
Doing a bake sale.
doing a bake sale, can you donate 3 pies?
Yeah.
Can you donate something? Now they're feeling I'm
Yeah.
helping 3 families by donating
Right.
3 pies,
Yeah.
but I don't have to go get my hands dirty.
Right.
You know
I
what I'm
can
saying?
still- yeah.
Right, but I can still
Yeah.
be
I can,
touching.
yeah.
But
Passively
so
do
it-
it, but
but-
I'm still doing it.
now what I dislike is influencers who don't have any community service or value. I do look at them a certain way.
Right.
You have all this influence and you don't have one major thing you do a year?
Right.
Yeah.
That, you know what? I never thought about that.
But
that's
you're an
huge.
influencer.
Yeah.
And you're a,
And what are you influencing? Yeah.
so that means they're selfish with their influence.
Right.
It's all about
Right.
them. So you can't collaborate, you can't do nothing. And I
Right.
ask that question. Some people get upset with me and I'm like, okay,
It,
it's the truth.
Right.
12 months out of the year, you can't find one organization that you're going to put.
right. Support and
Yes.
influence people to go do this, that, and the other.
Yeah, but it's the truth.
That's huge. Okay. So you've been featured across major networks, Fox 5 DC, OWN, Bravo, and recognized with awards like 40 Under 40, because I know that you are only 20 years old, and Mother of the Year. I love that. How do you use that visibility to open doors for others?
You know, you're going to laugh at this. It's kind of weird. Sometimes envy, and I say envy instead of jealousy because envy is actually a sin. So
Right.
it's looked upon as something horrible
Right.
from God. Envy will make people do things that they
Right.
They're like, I'm competitive. Carmen did it. I'm gonna do it better.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, girl. Try it. Okay, you were only at 50%, but you still did something.
Yeah.
So that's one part. But also, you know, sometimes I've learned from a lot of people. I learned from my athletes.
Right.
They're tough.
Yeah, they have to be.
And I believe in mentorship.
Ooh.
But people don't use that word anymore. Technically, I think mentorship and influence are somewhat the same.
somewhat the same. Yeah.
But people just like, no, I like having a mentor.
Mm-hmm.
I like getting checked. Because sometimes I do a self-analysis. I'm like, Carmen, could you have said that better? Yes. Could you have done this a different way? Yes. But sometimes I have learned what I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll go to my guys, and they are tough on me. They'll be like, suck it up, Carmen.
Right. But you need that. You need that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll be
we
like,
all-
okay.
Yeah.
I don't even try to argue. I'm okay.
Yeah, let me go ahead and do what I need to do.
Right.
Since I ain't gonna get no
No pat on the back
Yeah.
from him.
No, not gonna get that from you. So let me just go ahead and go over here and do what I need to do. What advice do you give women leaders, or would you give to women leaders who feel unseen or undervalued in their industries? I don't feel like you've ever felt undervalued because it seemed like you just
Yeah, they don't have a choice.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have
I'm
a
coming
PowerPoint
in, yeah.
presentation like, and I did this first.
Right. Like I'm coming in like a wrecking ball, and you actually had your chain on that said I'm her. So I love that energy.
Yes, I would say that one thing. Sometimes your education can't take you. Your personality can't take you where your education can take you.
Yeah.
Vice versa. Being timid,
Not gonna
being
get you nowhere.
right, just standing in
Nowhere.
the background. Why are you going to a networking event if you
To
don't
stand on the
have
wall.
any business cards, or
Yeah.
you
Ooh.
don't have a goal of I'm gonna walk away with
Yeah.
3 people, three new people that I want to get to know. Sometimes people just do stuff to do it, but let's have goals. And it might not be a
Yeah.
big goal, it could be something little. So if you're feeling small, it's an internal thing first.
Yeah.
And you should never feel small, and you should have a team of peers that always are uplifting
Yeah.
you where
The hype man.
right when you
Yeah.
think you looking okay, she's like, girl, you looking good, or
Yeah.
sir, you did great on a speech. Those little things we don't know matter so much when we're
Right.
thinking, oh, how did I do? And someone comes up, oh, you did really great, or I love that outfit on you.
Yeah.
That can really inspire people. But if you don't have those people around you,
Yeah.
and then you get in your mind,
Yeah.
you're gonna be
Yeah.
defeated.
And it's easier to believe your mind. It's just so
What is that
easy.
song? My mom's playing tricks
Tricks
on
on
me.
me.
Burn,
Dun,
burn,
dun,
burn,
dun,
burn,
dun,
burn,
dun,
burn,
dun. And you know what? I just played that song a couple of days ago. But okay, so and this is an easy one because I felt it. I felt it. How do you maintain authenticity and balance as a mother, entrepreneur, and public figure? And I could just say,
Okay. Well, my core, my mom and my dad, they don't play. Okay.
Okay.
So I can never act like mom. My mom will check you, and she's a minister, and so will my dad. My son is very data serving, where
Okay.
if it says 55 miles per hour, that's what I should go. So I have a mixture of people who are strong in their own ways.
Okay.
They don't allow me to be weak. There's no way I can be weak. I do get weak sometimes.
Yeah. You're gonna have to come with it around
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I go in the bathroom. I'm crying in the shower.
You know what? My parents used to tell me, Brittany, you're gonna have to man up. And my mom was a former police officer, so she would say, if it's not life or death, why are you crying?
Yes.
Like, do
Tomorrow's
what
a
needs
new day.
Yeah, do what needs to be done. Just stop crying. So I can understand that. How do you define legacy, not just for yourself, but for the communities you serve?
Legacy is exactly what I was saying. What am I doing that will affect others,
Right.
not just myself? Because we had talked about influencer
Right.
and how we want to affect people to look at them, but how am
Right.
I making a difference in lives? So, for example, when
Ooh,
I give
yes.
toys back, that mother now she doesn't have to worry about
Yeah.
I don't have
That's the
toys.
stress off her mind.
And then that child's waking up,
Right.
right? At least this day or two, she's going to be happy, fulfilled, and so is
Right.
that child. So I'm leaving a legacy. And maybe I've heard so many times a child that says, hey, Miss Felder, I loved going to camp with you. I'm like the school teacher, the lunch lady. Hey, Miss Felder, I love when you took me to the African American Museum.
Oh, yeah.
And that's a memory that they're going to have for the rest of their lives.
It's a core memory.
Yes, and
Yeah.
that's part of giving a legacy. Is
Yeah.
either educating, influencing in a positive way, or giving back in a moment of need. And
love
they
that.
remember that.
Yes, they do. Yes. So what do you hope young women watching you learn about leadership, service, and wealth building?
Well, I've been doing a lot of TV, and I think sometimes
Oh,
people
yes.
look at me as a reality person, and I am, but there's more inside to my
Right.
core. So for young ladies, I want them to know that they can do anything they put
Yes.
their mind to.
Yes.
And believe in yourself. Have affirmations that you
Yeah.
speak into yourself. Surround yourself with amazing people, and when
Yes.
you feel alone, know that you're not alone. There's someone out there that's feeling the same, sometimes even worse.
Yeah.
So sometimes you have to be over thankful
Right.
and grateful to continue to get your blessings.
Exactly.
And as long as your cup is full, you can pour into others.
Exactly.
If you are depleted, take a
can't-
moment.
yeah.
Take a moment. You can't say, hey, dad, mom, whoever, son,
Right.
give me 5 minutes.
Right.
And,
I love that.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Don't feel as women, we have to take care of the household, the kids.
Right.
We have to look beautiful all the time.
Without a break for ourselves.
Right. And
Yeah.
and that's not fair to women. So find your own lane and be happy in it. And
Yeah.
don't apologize.
Ooh, I love that. I like that. Okay, so if you could leave one message on this on the yellow couch for every woman listening, what would it be?
See, I was going to be silly. Don't worry, be happy now. One message is for a woman. Don't ever let a man dictate you or anything you do.
I like that.
Find your purpose. Sometimes you're not going to find it in the first 20, even 30, and sometimes 40 years.
Yes. Yes.
But as you travel, as you're more educated, as you experience more things, you'll be a melting pot of amazement where people will just want to be around you.
I love that.
And find those people who are your team, your tribe,
Okay.
and keep it going.
Well, what I will say is this has been a lovely episode of the Yellow Couch Podcast. And what I will say is thank you to Miss Carmen Felder, who is a melting pot of amazement.
Oh.
I'm going to take that term. Yes, we're going to do our mini clap.
Thank
I'ma
you
take
for
that.
inviting me.
Yes,
That was
of
fun.
course. Yes, and thank you so much for being here. We love you, and you're going to be our sister for life on here.
Thank
yes.
you.
Thank you. See you next time.